Hi everyone. 된 거야 만 거야? Hi. 안녕. Welcome back to Thai Dreamer. So, for the last few years, I lived in Thailand, as you know. This whole channel was built on it. Beaches, street food, cheap rent. That whole dream, right? And then I moved back to Korea, and something weird happened. I started noticing things, small things I've never even thought about before. And every single one of them made me go, wait, this was free the whole time? Huh. So today, I want to show you something. Not Thailand bad, Korea good. That's not it. It's way more interesting than that. Because what I figured out is this. A lot of the stuff you think is normal, it isn't normal. It's expensive. You just don't see the price tag. So let's talk about it. Here's the moment it hit me. Day 2 back in Korea. I walk out of my apartment building to go for a run. And I just run. On a clean sidewalk, a flat, wide, actually finished sidewalk. No cars, no motorbikes cutting across. I run all the way to a park. Then another park. Nobody almost kills me. Not once. And I just stopped in the middle of the road and thought, oh, when was the last time I could do that? Because in Thailand, going for a run is a genuine risk assessment. The sidewalks where they exist are cracked, tilted, half missing. There are holes, there are open drains, and even if the pavement's fine, here comes a motorbike on a sidewalk at speed, because that's just how traffic works. So you don't run to the park, you get in a car or grab a Grab taxi, and you go find somewhere safe to run. Somewhere that costs money to get to. And that's the whole video right there. In Korea, a safe run is free. It's the default. In Thailand, that exact same thing, safe, clean, walkable space, is a product. You have to buy it. Let me zoom out. Because once you see this pattern, you cannot unsee it. Roads, sidewalks, street lighting, drainage that works when it rains, public transport, clean public toilets. In Korea, this stuff is just there, baked into the background. You step outside and the city is already set up to help you. In Thailand, a lot of that background just doesn't exist for the average person. So you fill the gap yourself out of your own pocket. No good sidewalks? You pay for transport. No reliable public transit on your route? You buy a motorbike. Or you grab everywhere. Flooding when it rains? You plan your whole day around it, or you pay to avoid it. None of these are huge bills on their own, but add them up every single day, and you realize the poorer you are, the more of this invisible tax you're paying just to move through your own city. In Seoul, I tap one card and the entire city opens up. Subway, bus, transfer, all connected, all cheap, all clean, runs on time, air conditioned, goes basically everywhere. A student, A grandma, a CEO, same system, same access. That's kind of beautiful when you think about it. Now Bangkok has trains and they are genuinely nice. But they cover a fraction of the city and the fares are not everyone's money. Step outside the zone and you're back to motorbike taxis, Songtail, Grab, patchwork, negotiated, and it adds up fast. Public transport in Korea is alright. In a lot of Thailand, where mobility is closer to a paid upgrade. And I want to be fair here. Bangkok traffic is legendary for a reason, and locals are incredibly good at working around it. But working around it is exactly the point. That's time and money the average Korean commuter just never has to spend. Street food in Thailand is amazing. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it isn't. Cheap, fast, delicious. It's a huge part of why I loved living there. But here's the uncomfortable part. If you want food that's not just tasty but consistently clean, proper hygiene, refrigeration you can trust, standards you don't have to think about, you often pay several times the street price for it. Clean isn't the baseline. Clean is the premium tier. Flipped Korea. That level of hygiene? That's just lunch. A cheap convenience store meal. A random restaurant on a random street. The baseline is already high, and basically everyone can afford it. You are not paying extra for safe to eat. Safe to eat is the floor. So think about what that means. In one country, food safety is something you buy if you can. In the other, it's something you get by default, no matter your income. Same meal, totally different price of admission. Okay, here's my favorite example because it makes the whole thing click. Global chains, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, the exact same brand on both sides. In Thailand, eating at one of these global chains can cost you around 5 times an hour of local minimum wage work. 5 hours of labor for a burger meal. That turns McDonald's, which in the West is basically cheap food, into a treat. Almost a status thing. In Korea, that same kind of meal can run you around half of an hour's wage. Half an hour's of work, not 5 hours. Same brand, same price. The gap is enormous. And yeah, a lot of that is just wage being higher in Korea, and that's real. I'm not going to hand wave it. But that's not the whole story, because it's not only that Koreans earn more. It's that in Korea, the good stuff is priced so that regular people can actually reach it. The gap between what the rich can access and what everyone else can access is just smaller. Here's why I'm even making this video. It's not to rank countries. It's this. When comfort is invisible, we stop being grateful for it. And worse, we stop protecting it. We assume it'll always be there. Somebody funds that train. Somebody enforces those food standards. A high floor is not an accident. It's a choice a society keeps making over and over. And once you lived on both sides of that line, you never look at the boring, clean sidewalk the same way again. The sidewalk is a small daily miracle that somebody decided everyone deserves. So next time you walk out your door and everything just works, notice it. The normal you're standing on is worth more than you think. And it's worth fighting to keep. I'm going to keep unpacking this stuff, the hidden price of everyday life, both countries, no filter. If that's your kind of thing, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one.